Hello, how y'all doing? Um, the reason why I'm making this particular video is because I just got off of social media, and so typical of social media, I saw all kind of grown-ups, adult people bickering, fussing, and complaining about all kind of things. I mean, about pet peeves, Donald Trump, just all kind of things. And what I wanted to say is, if you're one of those people, a chronic complainer, understand something. You've got bigger fish to fry. If you're a chronic complainer, excuse me, if you're a chronic complainer, what that means is that you are a tortured soul. Something is tormenting you, and you're lashing out at the world, trying to relieve that inner suffering by complaining and trying to draw people into your side to see your point of view, thinking that that's gonna alleviate your inner emotional pain. And it's not gonna do that. What's gonna happen is this: you go out there and complain, talk crap, or whatever you want to call it, and in a lot of people's minds, they actually think they're fighting the good fight up in here. They think they're fighting the good fight of spiritual warfare, so they go out and complain, not even realizing that they're Satan's little soldiers and they're making the world worse. And then let's say you draw people onto you with your negative viewpoints, and they side with you and they reinforce your negativity. What just happened is that you just solidified to a greater degree the inner negativity within, and you've just increased your likelihood of complaining even more forcefully than you had already complained before you drew all those people onto you who shared your viewpoint. And you know what's interesting? It's not necessarily about the viewpoint. Let's talk about the president. I mean, is he evil? Yep. But the fact that he is evil, it has much to do with you, kind of, sort of, but nothing to do with you when it comes to your spirit. I mean, in a worldly way, yeah, evil people have things to do with you. Why is that? Because we all share this earthly platform, and nobody in their right mind wants to see somebody that's not in their right mind go around being destructive of our common home, which is this earth. But you have a internal home. It's a psychological home. It's your mind. And you should not allow for that nonsense to get inside your head and create all these internal disturbances that force you to go out, fuss and fight, and then complain to the world. You got to be mindful of that. Again, you should have bigger fish to fry. You do have bigger fish to fry, especially if you are a chronic complainer. Whether you do so verbally or just internally stewing about the crap nonsense that's going on around you, you need to settle down those disturbances. You need to gain a degree of harmony inside your mind. And that's what technically fighting the good fight is all about. Fighting the good fight, whether you see evil out in the world or not, fighting the good fight is not going out there and in your brain squashing evil or stopping a, like, let's say you prevent a robbery. And then after you prevent the robbery, in your brain, you relive that. And you're going around, bragging or even complaining about what you did. I mean, that robbery is still going on in your head. And you're thinking about that robber. How dare he? That kind of thing. That's self-torment. You've got bigger fish to fry. And again, spiritual warfare, the worldly part, that's the last, as far as the extension of spiritual warfare goes. You have your spirit, it extends into your mental world. Your mental world extends into the world of physicality, the real world of outside reality, nature, physicality. But that mid-guard, that mid-level, that mental, if there's disturbances within that mid-level between your spirit and the physical world, in the world of your mind, then that's where you need to concentrate on fighting the good fight. Most people, a lot of people believe that based upon the things they do, okay, I'm out there saving the planet. Oh, I'm out there rescuing dogs and cats. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm saving the whales, I'm recycling. But I'm not getting along too well with human beings that are different from me. You're fooling yourself. You have bigger fish to fry. I tell you what, if people really concentrated on mending human relations, like sincerely concentrated on getting along with each other, focused on that, focused on letting go of petty differences, releasing racism and sexist attitudes. If people really focused on that, everything else would fall into place. World hunger would subside. The planet would heal. Endangered species would cease to become endangered. Even things like natural disasters that seem to be happening, that are happening more and more frequently with greater and greater intensity, that would begin to subside because our minds are connected to the mind of the earth, the greater mind of the earth. Yeah, the earth is an organism and it has a mind, and our minds are connected to it. Otherwise, how would we even be alive if this wasn't true? But all that nastiness and negativity that we put in our unconscious mind, that extends into the unconscious mind of the earth. And now the earth itself is growing in anxiety. Hence all these disasters, all these tsunamis, these hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, I mean, you name it. All this stuff is happening based upon growing human anxiety that's getting dumped into the unconscious mind of the earth that extends from our very own unconscious minds. Our minds are connected. All of our minds are connected. Even as our minds are connected to the earth, our minds are connected to each other's minds. We really are one, but we're divided. And that's where all the frantic nonsense and, all the fussing, all the fighting, all the warring comes from, because we're divided. And unfortunately, we're even disconnected from the planet. Interesting, huh? So understand, again, you have bigger fish to fry. You can go about a systematic process of restoring harmony in your mind. You really can. You can do it. And the best way to do it, to start at the beginning, is to first desire harmony. You have to desire it. You have to desire it. And then you have to be willing to see. And don't run away from what you see. Don't be scared of what you see. See that your mind is chaotic, that it's filled with ups and downs of negative emotions and mental musings that are consistently negative, and that you gotta look and search for something outside of yourself to bring a degree of elation or excitement to yourself. See that the disharmony is there. That's the beginning. And if you truly pay attention to that, and if you truly see it and don't lie about it, don't be like, oh, well, that's normal. I mean, it's just human nature. Or you don't lie about it. Don't make excuses for it. Just see it, understand that it's there, and acknowledge it. Don't blame anybody. Don't blame yourself. Just see it and acknowledge it in a conscious manner. And an interesting internal mental miracle will begin to occur for you. Now, I can't describe it, but you can experience it. Words can't describe it. Nevertheless, aside from that, there are other things you can do. And this book, The Art of Spiritual War by Dario Thomas. It is on sale at Amazon.com. It can show you some interesting things, some edifying things, to greatly assist you in harmonizing your mind. That's what spiritual warfare is all about at its deepest level. And when you harmonize your mind, get your mind in tune with God and the universe, the angels will come and minister unto you, and then you will naturally understand how to fight the good fight in the external world beyond pointless complaining. That makes it worse. Anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Subscribe to the Spiritology Television Network. It is on YouTube. And if you know anybody that could benefit from these kind of lessons and these kind of talks, urge them to subscribe, share the link. Again, thank you for listening, and God bless.